The manager's face drained of all color as he stared at the legal document in front of him. Just 60 seconds earlier, he had been calling security to remove this woman from his store. Now, his hands trembled as he read the words stamped across the top of the paper. His expensive suit suddenly felt too tight. The crystal chandelier above seemed to dim. Everything he had built over 5 years was about to vanish because of one catastrophic assumption. How did a simple Tuesday afternoon spiral into the worst moment of his professional life? The golden hour sunlight poured through the massive glass windows of Maison Elegance, one of the most exclusive boutiques in Atlanta's Lenox Square Mall. The gleaming high-end fashion boutique sparkled with pristine white marble floors that reflected the soft spotlights illuminating rows of designer clothing. Chrome racks displayed garments with 4-figure price tags. The crystal chandelier hanging from the center ceiling cast prismatic rainbows across the elegant cream walls trimmed with gold leaf. Dr. Maya Richardson pushed through the heavy glass doors, her comfortable white sneakers squeaking slightly against the polished floor. An elegant black woman in her mid-30s with natural curly hair, pulled back in a neat bun, entered the space with visible exhaustion. She wore navy blue hospital scrubs, slightly wrinkled from a 16-hour shift in the cardiac intensive care unit. A white coat was draped over her arm, and a simple gold stethoscope hung around her neck. Her minimal makeup couldn't hide the fatigue in her eyes. She had saved 3 lives that day. Now she just wanted to find a birthday gift for her mother. The moment Maya stepped deeper into the store, she felt eyes on her. Near the back counter stood Derek Ashford, the store manager. A pale man in his early 40s with slick-back dark hair. He wore a perfectly tailored charcoal gray 3-piece suit with a burgundy silk tie. His shiny black leather Oxford shoes clicked against the marble as he moved. A silver Rolex watch gleamed on his wrist. That condescending smirk permanently etched on his thin lips grew wider as he observed Maya browsing the silk scarf collection. He approached with calculated steps, his eyes scanning her from head to toe with undisguised disdain. His voice dripped with false politeness as he positioned himself between Maya and the merchandise. He suggested that perhaps she would be more comfortable shopping at stores more suited to her budget. The implication was clear and cruel. Maya paused, her hand hovering over a beautiful emerald green scarf. She turned slowly, meeting his gaze with professional calm. She explained that she was simply looking for a gift. Her voice was steady, dignified, refusing to match his hostility. Derek's smirk transformed into something uglier. He stepped closer, his body language aggressive. He made a show of glancing at her hospital scrubs, at her comfortable shoes, at the exhaustion written across her face. He announced loudly that the store had been experiencing problems with theft. He suggested she empty her pockets. Several other customers turned to stare. The boutique's elegant atmosphere suddenly felt suffocating. Maya stood frozen, disbelief washing over her features. The humiliation burned across her cheeks. Other shoppers whispered, their eyes darting between Maya and the manager. Some pulled out phones. Derek raised his hand, signaling to the security guard stationed near the mall entrance. The security guard, a large man in a dark uniform, began walking toward the boutique. Maya's heart pounded. She had spent the entire day saving lives, making split-second decisions in the operating room, holding the beating hearts of strangers in her hands. And now she stood accused of being a criminal because of the color of her skin and her choice to wear her work uniform. The weight of centuries of prejudice pressed down on her shoulders. Every black professional who had been followed in stores, questioned in their own neighborhoods, assumed to be dangerous or deceptive. The exhaustion from her shift mixed with a deeper, older weariness. If your heart breaks for this injustice, please like and subscribe to support stories that celebrate dignity and expose prejudice. Maya took a slow, deep breath. The security guard was now just steps away. Derek stood with his arms crossed, that smug expression radiating satisfaction. He had already dismissed her in her mind, reduced her to a stereotype written off her entire existence. But Maya reached into the pocket of her white coat. She pulled out a sleek black leather portfolio, the kind that holds important documents. Her movements were deliberate, calm. She opened it carefully, revealing papers inside. Derek glanced at them dismissively, expecting a credit card or identification. Then his eyes focused on the text. His expression shifted. The smirk faltered. The document was stamped with official seals. Lenox Square Property Holdings, LLC, majority owner. Maya's name appeared in bold letters across multiple pages. Contracts, lease agreements, property deeds. Dr. Maya Richardson transformed before their eyes, pulling out the portfolio, revealing her true identity as the principal investor who owned 60% of the entire mall complex. Every store, every lease, every square foot of marble flooring, including the very boutique where Derek worked. The security guard stopped mid-step, recognizing the documents. Other store employees emerged from the back room, their faces pale. Derek's hands began to tremble. The silver Rolex suddenly looked like a child's toy. Maya's voice remained steady, professional, as she explained to the security guard that there was no problem. She then turned her attention to Derek. She informed him that his lease agreement had a specific clause about discrimination and creating hostile environments for customers. Her legal team would be reviewing the security footage from the last hour. Derek tried to speak, his voice cracking, attempting apologies and explanations. But Maya simply raised her hand. She had no interest in his excuses. She had heard them all before from people just like him. She made a phone call, her voice echoing in the now silent boutique. Within minutes, the mall's head of operations arrived, breathless and mortified. Maya explained the situation with clinical precision. No emotion, just facts. Derek's termination was processed before the sunset faded. His access cards deactivated. His belongings collected in a cardboard box. The walk of shame through the mall he had patrolled with such arrogance now filled with watching eyes. That evening, Maya finally bought the emerald scarf for her mother. She never raised her voice. She never resorted to anger. Her power came from years of hard work, smart investments, and refusing to let prejudice define her worth. The lesson is ancient but eternally relevant. Never judge someone by their appearance. The person you underestimate today might be the person who holds your future in their hands tomorrow. Respect is not about what someone wears or what they look like. It is about recognizing the inherent dignity in every human being. Where are you watching from? Have you ever witnessed or experienced discrimination based on appearance? Share your thoughts below.